because he asked me for threesome. My name is I left my husband 2 days after our wedding because he asked me for threesome. My name is Uchiti Sandra. I got married earlier this year, January 4th, 2025, and I left my husband January 6th, 2025. So for this video, we'll be calling my husband Mr. B. I met this guy on Instagram 2023. He was my friend on Instagram, then we became intimate. He asked me out and I accepted. While we were dating, I mentioned to him that I was from a very strict family and we could not have sex. And he said he was okay with it. The reason why I said that, because I'm from a very strict home and my parents are Christians. They won't accept that. And he said he was cool with it. This guy was actually so sweet. He was a very nice person as of then. He didn't have any problem. He didn't talk naughty things to me. But there are some questions that he kept on asking me. If I can have a joint account with my husband, if I get married, we could share same account. And to be very honest, before we got into a relationship, there was a question he asked me. He asked me to lend him money, which I actually did. He refunded me the money the first time. The second time, he came again and told me to give him money, and I did. And he refunded. Until the third time, he came, he asked me for money, and I gave him. Not until this third time, because as of then, we're already in a relationship. This guy was all about, I want to marry you, I want to marry you, I want to marry you. That was how I introduced him to my sisters. Immediately, he went to follow my sister on Instagram, follow my brothers on Instagram, and the next thing he requested was for my dad's number. So that was how I knew how serious he was. So when Mr. B requested for my bride price list, we started having issues. And note, he was not in the country, so we decided to monetize the bride price. Note that evening, he was like, his transfer is not working. And he came to me and was like, please, I want you to transfer like 200k for my guy, which I actually did. And only to my knowledge, my daddy just called me the next day and told me that my bride price has been paid. I was like, how? Somebody had just complained about not having money a day before. I later found out that out of the whole bride price, the only money he paid was 500,000. And note, I'm from Imo State. We all know that Imo State bride price can never be 500k. So when he just paid the 500k, my daddy did not really put much pressure, because he was like, just take care of my daughter. That was all he requested from Mr. B. Everything I knew about Mr. B was actually what he told me. He lied to me about where he was based. He told me he stays in the UK. Later, I did my investigations. I noticed he was not living in the UK. He later said he lives in Australia. They later said he lives in Russia, only for me to find out that he lives in Cyprus. That Cyprus is actually his main location. And to be honest, that's one of many lies he told me. On the day of the bride price, that was before the traditional wedding, he called my daddy outside and demanded for the sum of 2 million naira. And my daddy was like, he doesn't have, because he has spent so much. And note that my family actually funded this wedding. He also borrowed money from me, over 7 million naira for the wedding. All these things is happening between 1 year, when I was about graduating from school. As a young girl, I've always wished to get married after my graduation. So going back to the story of the threesome, after our wedding, the next day, he asked me for threesome with another person.